It is the final season of the Southampton beta save, and we have obviously done very, very well. It's just past the transfer window. The summer transfer window has closed. There's one new name on this screen, I think. I don't think there's any other new names, but we have brought in quite a few players. And we've sold literally nobody. Really, nobody of any use anyway. We've only really loaned out Sekumara. He's gone off to Mexico. And the reason why I've done this, they're paying £3.5 million for him. We're starting to claw back what we actually paid for him in the first place. And by we, I mean Southampton in real life. So the elephant in the room then, yes, Yusufa Moukoko has joined the club on a permanent deal. I mentioned this last season. He's cost a lot of money. It's 48 up front, or not up front, 48 with instalments, potentially going up to £55 million. But when you can buy a player of Yusufa Moukoko's potential, not just ability, but potential as well, you kind of have to jump at it. And his strike partner for the season is going to be 18-year-old Endrick. His cost about £15 million, I think, in total. Yeah, £15 million. And the fact that I've managed to get Moukoko and Endrick playing for Southampton in the third season, we're not talking years down the line where we're challenging for like Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. We are still a mid-table Premier League side, and we picked up Endrick and Moukoko. We have also brought in Tosin Adarabioyo from Strasbourg, formerly of Fulham, Man City, Blackburn and a few other teams. He's cost a reasonable sum, £13.25 million in total, but we needed to get some better defenders. And going on star ratings, which I know is not the best way of going about it, he is a 4-star ball-playing defender, so he's technically better than everything else we've currently got. We've also brought in Emil Kraft. Now, he's not going to play much, although he has come off the bench twice. He's come in as a backup right back to Livramento and Walker Peters. Walker Peters is probably our number one left back, although I have brought somebody in on deadline day who might usurp Walker Peters. Emil Kraft is 100% in as a backup. One for the future, which doesn't really make sense in the grand scheme of this save, is Tommy Setford, 18 years old, Dutch goalkeeper, also part English, which is why I wanted to bring him in. He's cost a hefty sum, £4.8 million, but I think he's definitely got a future in the game. He's played 23 times for Ajax last season, so he's good enough to play in the Eredivisie. Renan Lodi is next up, and this is the player who I think might be our number one left back for the season. He's cost £6.25 million, signed from Besiktas, who brought him for 750k. I don't know whether that was a real-life transfer or not. I don't think it was. It happened in-game, but that is a good bit of business for them. They've made a hefty profit. He's obviously very, very good going forward, and I'm quite excited to have Renan Lodi as a decent left-back. We've had some average left-backs for the first couple of seasons. Hopefully, Lodi is going to change things. And arguably the signing of the summer, Bruno Guimaraes. He's cost us nothing. We brought him in on loan. We're paying half of his wages, which is still £80,000 a week. But that's it. We've got him till the end of the season. We can buy him for £25 million if we want to do it. He's only 26. This is a steal. This is an absolute steal. I don't know why Newcastle didn't want him. Like, he played 32 games last season, 36 the season before that, 2 so far this season. We've only played 3 league games, so we've missed 1 league game for them. And yeah, he's come to us. We're paying no loan fees or anything like that. There's a £25 million optional fee. We're not even forced to buy him in the future. We did also buy 3 players from Arsenal after they got released in the summer. These are my potential players for the future. So Dudziak, Luis Brown, and Maldini Kakuri could be his name. We brought them in on free transfers. We'll never see him, don't worry. Also, it's worth mentioning the loan army that has gone out. So Sterling, Gillies, Marin, Bragg, Briley, Jimmy J. Morgan, who is very, very good by the looks of it, Kamari Doyle, Namdi Collins to Cardiff, Nweke to Aldershot, which I'm hoping he gets a lot of football there. We've got Amo Aweu going to Rochdale. That's probably not how we get to say his name at all. Thierry Small off to our feeder club over in Turkey. Will Smallbone leaving for Crystal Palace. That is going to turn into a permanent deal. Still, so many players going out on loan. It's a bit ridiculous. Juan Larios is probably one that we may well have seen. Tyler Dibbling, I think, played last season on camera. Simeo, Ballard, and there you can see Sekumara as well. And a few people going on freeze and sort of fringe players going out to smaller clubs. That feels very harsh on Nottingham Forest there, but you know what I mean, lower down clubs. And we're not done with admin just yet. We have played 3 games so far this season. We have beaten Manchester United, and Endrick scored the only goal of the game. We then beat Brighton 2-1, Brobby with a brace. We beat Fulham 3-2, Adarabioyo scoring against his former team, Brobby, and Adams on the score sheet in this one. Adarabioyo also scored for his former team, because he did score an own goal as well. It means we are second place in the Premier League, 9 points on the board, 3 wins out of 3. Man City, the only team ahead of us. They have got positive 10 goal difference. They've beaten Chelsea and Liverpool 3-0 and West Ham. They've literally not conceded a goal. I know it's very early days. I think City might win the league. For the first match of the episode then, this is what we are going to go for. It's going to be Bazunu in goal, Livramento, Adarabioyo, Salisu and Renan Lodi making his debut. Guimaraes will be our DLP with Lavia and Ward-Prowse in midfield. Kazim Alagby is going to be making his first team debut alongside Endrick and Makoko as our front two for this one. This is the partnership that I want to build. False nine of Endrick, poacher of Makoko, goals for days. That's the hope. I have just realised there have been some more transfers out of the club, and I didn't mention them. I'll mention them after this match. Basically, because they happened technically last season, I completely skipped over them. 15 minutes played then, and so far, nothing is happening at all. Alagby has picked up a yellow card and is on a 6.4. Endrick and Makoko both on 6.6s doing absolutely nothing. We're not even getting shots away, are we? It is Rico Henry with a free kick. I feel like we've played Brentford on camera like 3 or 4 times, haven't we? It's just, I'm not intentionally playing Brentford on camera, it's just how the matches seem to line up. Aaron Hickey with the ball down the line, Mikael Damsgaard in towards the penalty area, takes on everybody and slots it past Gavin Bazunu. We're 1-0 down against Brentford. They are the best team in the league. Not literally, but for some reason Brentford, for my save at the very least, I don't know whether anybody else is, Brentford seem to be very, very good. It is 30 minutes now and Brentford once again have the ball. Right-hand side, or left-hand side, sorry, is Rico Henry. He plays it on the ground. Gets it back, intercepted by Livramento, but doesn't do anything with it, and Brentford can keep hold of the ball. Janelt could be his name. Ivan Toney's in on goal, and Toney makes it 2-0. Ivan Toney scored 7 goals in 4 games. What's going on? Where is he scoring all these goals? So with Brentford winning 2-0, they move up to 3rd place in the table. Brentford are too good. I don't know what it is with Brentford, but they are just too good. I imagine some of their players might have slightly too higher attributes than what they perhaps should be. Half-time, it is 2-0 to Brentford. We have been awful. Right, I've just chucked the water bottle at everybody, and the defence didn't seem to like that. I mean, you've been bad. You've been very bad. You've conceded 2 goals early on. Strikers are doing nothing either. Alagby on his debut is on a 6.2. Endrick's on a 6.3. Makoko's on a 6.4. What is going on? We've got to throw through Renan Lodi on his debut straight to a Brentford shirt. That needs to be fixed. Because it was easier. I'm terrible at throws, but I could have found a Saints player. I could have found 3 Saints players in that highlight. He threw it straight to a Brentford one. Ward-Prowse to Salisu. Bruno Guimaraes, ball over the top towards Makoko. Is he going to get his first goal of the season? Takes a few touches, slots it past David Raya. It is 2-1 Makoko on the score sheet. And an assist for Guimaraes. That's what we want him to be doing. He needs to just be playing those balls straight through the middle to find some players. It's Renan Lodi. I was about to do a substitution, bringing off Alagby. We don't have Brobby because he's just gone and got injured on international duty for Holland. Hickey loses out to Endrick. Alagby's in the area. Endrick gets it back, plays it all the way to Guimaraes, takes a few touches, goes for goal, and Bruno Guimaraes on his debut gets an assist and now a goal to his name. We are back on level terms. Throwing the water bottle at half-time seemed to work. We are still going to do this change, and it's going to be Joe... No, we'll do Livaja on the left-hand side. Apparently he is very good as an inside forward, so we're going to go for that. Endrick was on a 6.5. He's just jumped to a 6.9. That is good. That's what we like to see. And it's still been all Brentford. When you actually look at the match momentum, it's all Brentford. Also, I don't know if you spotted what's going on at Selhurst Park. It's nuts. It is 6-4 between Crystal Palace and Leeds United. Eddie Nketiah has just completed his hat-trick. Odson Edouard, I think, has a hat-trick as well. Right, what else do we need to do? We need to take off Endrick. We're going to bring on Shea Adams. We're going to take off Salisu because defenders can't defend properly. Swap you two around, go that way. Bazunu's having an awful game as well. We're going to take off Lavia for Onyeka. And I think that is all we're going to do for the moment. I want to bring on Walker-Peters for Livramento. I've just seen the time. We're going to do that now. Basically, Walker-Peters has been out injured, so he needs to kind of get eased back into football. It looks like it's going to be a 2-2 draw. Our first points dropped of the season, and frustratingly, it was on camera. Guimaraes, though. Bruno getting an 8.4 on his debut. Makoko scoring as well. Endrick getting an assist. The new signings seem to be hitting the ground running. Lodi on a 7.0. The downside here, Gavin Bazunu on a 6.4. What was that? But hold the phone. Hold the phone. We're top of the league. Yes, Man City aren't playing it, but we are top of the Premier League. Man City, I assume, are playing maybe a Wolves, Chelsea, or somebody else who's on 3. Probably Norwich. And Palace have moved up into 3rd after winning 6-4 against Leeds United. This season's a bit nuts at the moment. Also, Brentford in 5th. They are very good. So, other players to leave the club then over the summer that technically happened last season. Diamond Edwards signing for Brighton on a permanent deal for a lot of money. 5.5 million, potentially going to 7.75 million pounds, and he's not even in their first team. They must know something about Diamond Edwards to pay that amount of money for him. Also, Jonas Omlin leaving the club because he wasn't really going to play for us. He has moved over to Spurs for £10 million, I think, in total. No, 7.5. We bought him for 10. He's gone for 7.5, so it's a loss. But he's now 30. We weren't going to play him. He's turned into their cup goalkeeper by the looks of it. So, yeah, I think we've done a decent bit of business. Because we're in the 24-25 season, the Europa League is all over the place. It is this strange 36-team league. I don't fully understand how it works, but if we take a look at our fixtures, we play 8 different teams in the Europa League, which is 2 more matches than we normally would. I think it's 8 teams. 6 teams? It is 8 teams, which goes all the way through to the end of January, and they are different. So we will play Karabag away from home in this episode. We'll then play Lecce at home. We then play Borussia Mönchengladbach at home, Sevilla at home, and then Maccabi Tel Aviv, Hoffenheim away, Dinamo Kiev at home, and then Lyon away to finish off our matches for the Europa League. And it means the top 8 teams go through, I think. I think that's how it works. I'm not 100% sure if that is correct. I have no idea. This is going to be an experience for everybody. Let's go forward. Let's play Karabag. Just one change then for the Karabag game. It is going to be in the midfield where Lavia comes in for, I can't even remember who played in midfield in the last match. Who was it? It wasn't Lavia, was it? Maybe it was. Or was it Diallo? I don't know. Anyway, it's Lavia, Gomares and Ward-Prowse in midfield. Alegbi is starting again because he's good. He's actually not terrible at football. And I kind of want to try and get somebody who's an actual Saints player, an actual Saints youngster, and get him some game time and see how he does. This is a packed out stadium, isn't it, in Azerbaijan? I imagine the stadium is probably a little bit too big for the amount of fans who are going to be watching this. It's completely empty. Speaking of Azerbaijan as well, I am planning to do Building a Nation Azerbaijan for one of my main saves this year in Football Manager. I'm genuinely quite nervous because I feel like Azerbaijan is one of those countries there nobody really knows anything about it. I don't know any other team other than Karabag, and we are not going to be in charge of Karabag in Azerbaijan, so that is going to be the plan. We are 3-4 minutes on the clock in our Europa League opener, and Karabag are coming forward with the ball. Jankovic plays in the middle to Ibrahimili, could be his name. Alegbi tries to steal it and can't manage to get there. And Karabag once again coming forward with the ball. Back with the defence. Are we going to nick this, or are they just going to keep coming forward? Karamov chests that ball down very well there. He's going for a run towards the goal. I say towards the goal, towards the middle of the pitch. Good ball as well to spot the fullback. Karabag are good, aren't they? Karabag are the best team in the world. It is Rasad Rahmili. Probably not how it's pronounced. I think the upside down E is pronounced like an A as well. I'm not quite sure. I need to know that before I do my save. Corner for James Ward-Prowse then, 10 minutes. Are we going to get back on level terms? We perhaps should have done. Salisu with the effort goes wide of the post. Because we are losing, we are down in 34th place in the league table, and that just sounds weird to me. It is Alagbi with the ball, number 20, or 33, sorry. Plays it all the way across, finds Livramento. Controlled well. Stops, plays it in the middle to Lavia. Play it across, buddy. Tries to go alone. Gomares is fallen for Makoko, and Makoko is there. It's going to be looked at by VAR, and I think it came off Endrick, and I think Endrick might have been offside, although it's saying was Makoko offside. The goal has been awarded. It's a good finish. I'm not quite sure who was offside or even close to being offside. I feel like Endrick gets involved in this unintentionally. It's the defender. The defender gets involved unintentionally. So that goal moves us up to 7th place now in this ridiculously big league table. We need to be up that end of the table, don't we? If we win 4-5 games, you'd hope maybe that's good enough to get through. I'm not quite sure. Bazunu with a big kick over the halfway line towards Makoko, who's not going to get there. Not intercepted either by Ward-Prowse, but it is intercepted by Renan Lodi. He's going to go for a run down the left. The new signing signed from Besiktas. Crosses it in. It's towards Endrick. Flicks the head on. Makoko's there. He's hit the post. And the goalkeeper can come out, hold on to that one. And it stays 1-1 here in Azerbaijan. Final few minutes of the first half. And we've just passed it straight to one of them. Pass it straight to them. Renan Lodi's nowhere near to be found. He's going to hopefully get there. And he does. Lodi then. Where are you going to go? Ball forward. Endrick, the youngster, to Lavia, the youngster, to Livramento, the youngster. There's a theme with our team. It's Makoko, the youngster, to score. The flag goes up again, and I think he was onside. Genuinely, I think our oldest player on the pitch is Ward-Prowse. It is 2-1. We have taken the lead. Ward-Prowse is, what, 29? Everyone else is probably 24 or under. Bruno might be 26. So we've got a very, very young team. Still not quite at half-time. Karabag coming forward with the ball. Tries to cross it in the middle. Doesn't manage to get far, but still keeps hold of it. Karamov to Ozovic. Could be his name. It's a very good save from Gavin Pazunu. Corner for Karabag then. Jankovic to take it. 3 minutes left of the first half. Headed clear by Tino Livramento. Karamov's going to get there first. And it's to Jankovic once again. Crosses it in. Get it clear. Somebody, Ozovic has loads of space. And big Mohamed Salisu can get there first and clear that. Still going here in Azerbaijan. I'm not sure why we've not really got to half-time yet. I mean, we've not played 45 minutes for a start, but there's a lot of football happening. Makoko to Alegbe. Can he get his first goal? He's hit the bar. Oh my word. Kazim. That was the time to score. That, if you were ever going to do it, that was the time to score. Would have put us 3-1 up right before the half-time break, but no, he hits the bar. Straight on into the second half then, and we're obviously playing very well. Looking at the match ratings, an 8.2 for Makoko, so if we win a penalty, he is going to be the man stepping up to take it. Ward-Prowse's corner, Salisu's there, doesn't get on the end of it. Lavia, back to Ward-Prowse, back to Lavia, cross it in. Don't try and shoot, cross it in, or try and shoot and somehow nearly score. It's still not quite cleared. It is now cleared. Just before the hour mark, again, Karabag seem to start with the ball in most highlights, but that means absolutely nothing. It could mean that they're going to have a good attack, or we're just going to nick the ball and try something quick in a counter-attack style. It is in the middle. Mededev? Could have been a name, not quite sure. Husanov, down the right-hand side for them, crosses it in, and Rakhmili is there. It is 2-2. We are drawing with a not very good team, right? These aren't very good, and we are somehow drawing. We're going to do a double change. This is a worry. We've got Frabotta, that's fine. Okay, Livramento's coming off for Walker Peters. Frabotta is coming off, or on, sorry, for Renan Lodi. I don't know how many subs we get. I'm going to do a third one. Endrick off, Shea Adams coming on. We are good enough to win this game, and I don't really know why we're not doing it. Their keeper's on a 7.2. Their right back, or left back, has got 2 assists to their name. We've got to throw in a good position as well. Frabotta to take it to Makoko, still on his hat-trick. Frabotta gets it back. Now Alegbe, probably going to get 90 minutes. Through to Makoko, and there it is. Youssoufa Makoko scores his hat-trick. He has been on fire in this match. This has arguably been his best match ever in a Saint shirt. And yes, it's in the Europa League, and it's against a weaker opposition. But the fact that he has scored his chances, he's taken his chances, and we are hopefully going to hold on. We've got a corner as well. Ward-Prowse to take it towards Salisu. It's Makoko again, almost finding the corner. Ward-Prowse from the right-hand side then. Are we going to get this fourth? We've been knocking on the door. Can we get the fourth? Salisu's there, heads over the bar. Right, let's try and do a couple more changes. I think we should be allowed to do some more. Blanco and Onyeka coming on for Lavia and Guimarães. Think that is all we're going to do. Those two are more down to fitness than anything else. Final couple of minutes. Are we going to find another goal? Are we going to see another goal? Let's hope if we see one, it's for the team in white and red and not the team in black. Blanco to Salisu now. Frabotta. Ward-Prowse with his yellow card. Alegbe going to get 90 minutes under his belt. And he's played pretty well. Onyeka's in here. Onyeka takes a touch. It wasn't the best. He tucks it under the goalkeeper anyway. And we have made it 4-2. And this is hopefully going to be the end of the match. With that goal difference as well, I think we might be in sort of the top 2 or 3 in the group. Makoko finishes the match on a 10.0. 3 goals and an assist to his name. Alegbe gets a 7.0. That's what we like to see. A good performance. However, they did have 7 shots and scored 2 of them. We're still letting too many chances come our way. And we do move up into 3rd place in the group. AZ Alkmaar winning their match 4-0 against Ferencváros. Club Brugge winning 4-0 against Maccabi Tel Aviv. Are the only 2 teams ahead of us. And where are the other teams in England? Tottenham, losing their match, so they are down there. Everton drawing their game. I don't know whether there's anyone else from England in here. I think it's just us 3. It is. So we are currently standing top of the table when it comes to the English teams in the Europa League at the very least. So after 4 league games and 1 Europa League game, we are in the top 2 of the Premier League and the top 3 of the Europa League. Pretty good start to the season. Next episode, I'm not sure how we're going to deal with the Europa League games. I genuinely have no idea. I think what we might do is we might do BMG and Arsenal in the next episode. So a huge amount of matches in between. but only 4 Premier League ones. We've got Lecce in the cup, in the Europa League. We've got Brentford in the cup, a team that we'll probably draw or lose against. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with more Football Manager.